All right, welcome back. Do you remember this young lady on the screen? That's AY Maku and Mabel Maku. So they ended up back on the news. If you recall, a little while ago, there was sadly, I think this is I think they broke up in 2025. You know, and they were actually married for a while. Sadly, they were married for a while. And looking from the outside in, from the surface in, these are the kind of people you like, married couple goals. But sadly, we have too many of these stories ending up in the poto. Okay. Too many of these stories end up in the poto because oftentimes somebody asked me, say, how many marriages do you think are happily married? I hate to break it to you. Okay. I hate to break this to everyone. How many marriages do I think are happily married? My estimation that I said, the estimation that I said was, drum roll, 25%. And of course, a lot of people are disappointed about that. Way too many people are disappointed that I said to only 25% of marriages are happily married. But I have my reasons for saying that. I mean, obviously, we know that 50% or thereabouts of marriages are ending up in divorce, but that number is not to be. We got to be careful where we're quoting that because it's some more granular. Hold on one second, guys. Hold on. Let me just make sure I turn this thing on. Sorry about that. So we need to get into some more granular details of that number because in recent times that number is dropping. And but it's also because not too many people are getting married, not like back in the days, And the number that skyrocketed over the past decade or two is also as a result of a lot of people that got married in the 80s and the 90s also getting divorced. They enter into this zone where we are right now, where a lot of people are confused about modern marriages and modern relationship. And don't forget that in the middle of all of that, a lot of people they yield to religion to solve their marital issues. And the person you're preaching to the choir when you make it all about religion, right? If you make the rules around religion in terms of how to keep a marriage together, oftentimes at least one of those people, you're just preaching to the choir. They're done. They want to leave, and they're ready to move on. Oftentimes they already started relationships inside of the marriage even before they left. Oftentimes they already broke up with you long before they pull the trigger. You know how we quote the number 70% of divorces are initiated by women. Well, you're talking about the paperwork. They left each other long before all of that. So, and I think many of us are still not paying attention to that. I think the scripture is a very solid book if you're reading it right, and if both of you subscribe to the principles in it, right? The key objective is unity, right? You need to be on the same page, a united front with your partner, you and your partner against the world. But when you're divided, a house divided against itself cannot stand. So if the other person already feels like you're using the Bible to manipulate that, which is a major possibility. Yes, people use the scriptures to manipulate each other, right? If you're using the Bible to manipulate each other, or your partner feels like you've used the Bible to manipulate them for the longest, now obviously they don't subscribe to your same belief system. And once they don't subscribe to your same belief system, then the ideologies you're going to pull out of that is not going to work because they don't feel safe, they don't feel secure, and they already feel like they need to defend themselves against you. Okay. So why am I talking about this today? Why did they end up on the news? Because there are speculations that she's with another man, a guy called Idris Aregbe, allegedly by bloggers. Bloggers are carrying around that she's with another man, and this has been the guy that she had been possibly dating or having some kind of relationship with before she actually left the marriage. If you recall, if you remember when they decided to announce that they were no longer together, AY Malcolm, which we analyzed here at that time, comedian AY Malcolm actually came out and said something to the effect of no one is innocent, something like that. We're seeing more and more of those kind of stories where people will say, hey, no one is innocent here. Don't try to play the victim here. We're seeing more and more of them. And the reality is that, like I said, there's no vacuum. Nature does not like vacuum. If you're not emotional, I'm not blaming him by any stretch. I'm saying this on both sides. Nature does not like vacuum. And if you are not emotionally present or available to your partner, there's no such thing as vacuum. I just want you to know this and know peace. Oh, you can't force a person. A cheetah is a cheetah. Now, see, you do shalaye, okay? You're doing shalaye.
Explain, because no evidence.
Nature does not like vacuum. I'm not saying it's your fault. Matter of fact, you might be right. Maybe there's nothing you could do about it. Maybe you being with that person is just a vacuum in itself.
You're right.
But it's the same conversation that we were having when I talked about Yola Doce and when I said we don't know what happened in their marriage, and some people take an offense to that because they can't help themselves. They're gender warriors. It's the same thing I'm saying here. Now, this time I'm saying it on the side of AY Malcolm. All the speculation is that he was not available. Okay, but I want to use that to say to you, how do you know if you're not available? It's not by you agreeing or disagreeing with the idea of being available. It's about taking the time to study, like possibly you might not be available. And as a matter of fact, even those of us that know this at the theoretical standpoint, it's a struggle. It's an ongoing struggle. Sometimes you're available, sometimes you're not available. Life is happening, right? But what do? We check in. You check in with your partner to make sure all is well on a regular basis, just like you do everything else at your job. Anything at your job, you prevent adversaries to come in there, right, and devour and destroy everything. What do? You're proactive, you are reactive, but also you're continuing to check in. You're always scanning the environment for vulnerabilities. Why won't you apply the same thing when it comes to relationships? Or even especially a marriage, like life partnership with the person. Why won't you do the same thing? So I'm saying all of this to really say this. They're speculating that she has moved on with somebody else. Okay, there's a report I'm looking at here. Let me see if I can put it up. Comedian AY ex-wife Mabel steps out with her alleged billionaire lover. Photos trend online. Comedian AY Malcolm's estranged wife Mabel has stirred reactions online after being spotted with her alleged new partner Idris. For you just want to judge her that she moved on so soon. I don't do judging. I just don't. I don't see the benefit in it. Okay, it's too late. Usually when you're judging, it's already too late. Okay, you know what? It's not too late. What can you learn from this situation? That's never too late. And that's what we focus on here. So celebrity journalist Stella Demokokos shared photos of the pair at a recent high-profile event, quickly drawing the attention of fans and social media users. Reports claim that Idris Aregbe is a handsome politician, a Lagos State governor's special advisor on tourism, arts, and culture, with influential connections, and is allegedly the reason Mabel declined reconciliation with AY following the end of their marriage. The photos sparked a wave of reactions online, with many users congratulating Mabel and wishing her well in what is believed to be a new relationship. Sharing the images, wrote, "Here's wishing her all the best in her newfound happiness." Okay, that is quite suggestive. But here's the thing. Some people say, oh, but she should have moved because there was speculation that she was already with this person. Well, maybe not. You will never know the nature of their relationship. You will never know. You can sit down there and judge her all you want. What I'm telling you is that nature does not like vacuum. If you leave your relationship, I'm not saying AY did that, I don't know. But if you leave your relationship where there's potentially some side type of vacuum, and you think you're always going to get back to them and they'll be there available for you, you might just be kidding yourself. And this happens on both sides. So what's the point here? Always check in with your partner. Make sure all is well. Make sure you're having a good time. Do not assume that they're always going to be there. We all make these terrible assumptions. People have options, man or woman, it doesn't matter. Okay, it's just the right timing, the right environment, and before you know it, somebody will snatch your spouse from you. You better believe it. If you don't believe it, okay, you're a special type of person, I guess. You're a unicorn. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. All of us are billionaire. Yes. Let's move on. Hit the like button. I'll be right back with some other trendy stories around the world.
This is Ola, Man of Prestige, your favorite relationship and marriage coach. If you enjoyed this, smash that like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs it. Be a part of the Prestige family. My wife Lola and I have written 2 powerful books, Get My Marriage Back and Number 1 Red Flag. Yours free at manofprestige.com. For personal coaching, send me a WhatsApp request for consultation to +1 732 305 8577. Stay tuned for more. Your journey to love and prestige starts here.